Good morning, grade 9 students, for our virtual online class for today. Today our lesson is about, it's a grammar lesson first of all. It's a conditional sentence, or it's about conditional sentences. Okay? We discussed before the active and passive and the tenses and of course something else related to grammar issues. Okay? Before we go to reported speech, okay, because we will use this, we can use such a grammatical lesson or grammar lesson in the direct and indirect speech or reported speech. Okay, so let's really go for this because you studied that in grade 8 and we shared somehow some examples about direct and indirect. Okay, so let's go for the conditional sentences from the beginning. Okay, that's it. First of all, what are we really going to study? Here we have the conditional sentences. We will study the form, the types, and also conditional sentence without if and conditional sentence with wish. Okay? So, let's really start with the conditional sentence. What do you mean by the conditional sentence? A conditional sentence is a sentence of two clauses. A subordinate clause, conditional clause, or an if clause and a main clause. What do we mean? Main or result clause. We have, you know that from previous classes, we have the dependent and independent clause. Okay? Let's go back in our memory to shed light on something related to these clauses. Okay? The conditional clause, it's of these two clauses. The subordinate one that begins with if, and the main clause that shows the result of that conditional part. Okay? Let's see that. For example, if a person works hard, he will achieve a great success. What do you mean by that? Okay? We have this conditional part. As we said, the subordinate that can't stand alone. If a person works hard. Okay, something else. What about the result? If he works hard, yes, what about the result that he might really achieve? Okay, he will achieve a great success. Of course, we'll talk about the tenses. When do we use them? In which type? Type 1, type 2, type 3, and the mixed type. Here, we have it as the conditional part and the result part. The conditional one, of course, here we use simple present and simple future. We use type 1 here, but we'll talk about the types in detail or separately. The second example, if you know English perfectly, you could work as a translator. Okay? If you know English perfectly, you could be or you could work as a translator. If clause and conditional clause, yes, the conditional clause itself, okay, that needs what? A main clause or a result clause. These are the two parts, okay, the conditional and the conditional clause and the result clause, as it here in this example and the second one. Okay, in the first one I use type 1, in the second one I use type 2. Okay, if you know English well, you could, not type 1 here, of course, as really you would see it as mixed type somehow. Let's really go for the first idea. If the conditional sentence begins with an if clause, here, how can we use the conditional sentence? Okay? Concerning its parts, can we really use a part before the other, or always to be done or to begin with a conditional sentence or conditional part? So if the conditional sentence begins with an if clause, we add comma to separate it from the result clause. Yes? If you study well, you will pass. If you study well, comma. Of course, the subordinate clause should end with a comma. If we didn't stay home, we wouldn't keep safe. That's type 2. We'll see it with types. Okay? If you begin your sentence with a result clause, no comma is needed. Yes? If you study well, you will pass. You will pass if you study well. That's good. Okay. So we wouldn't keep safe if we didn't stay home. That's it. If we didn't stay home, come on. As you see that, it comes by sound. If you didn't stay home, come. We wouldn't keep safe. We wouldn't keep safe, as you have it here, of course, the result clause. So we can begin our conditional sentence with a conditional yes part, or with the main or result part. With the conditional part should end, the conditional part should end with comma, okay? Or with the result clause or result part, no comma is needed, as we said it, okay? We wouldn't keep safe if we didn't stay home. Okay, so here, just how can we use our own conditional sentence while talking, while writing, etc. B, what about the types of conditional sentence? Yes, we have, of course, you studied, I think, in grade 8, type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, and here we have something else in grade 9 as mixed type. What do you mean by mixed type? Let's start, what do you mean first by type 0? Type 0, we use it to express facts or general truth, okay? How, what do we mean by expressing facts and general truth? Type 2, or type 1, sorry, real present, to express real present action or future action. For example, of course we'll come to the examples of this. If you study well, you will pass, or etc. Type 2 for expressing unreal actions, unreal present actions. You're talking about a present situation that's unreal. And also type 3 with untrue past actions, an action that didn't happen in the past. You want to express it in your conditional sentence. And the mixed type, of course, the mixed time and tenses. We'll see what do you mean by mixed type and mixed tense. Let's start with the types, okay? Type 0. Type 0, as we said, to express scientific facts or general truths, okay? What do you mean by this type? To express a fact, you can't change the tenses. You can't say that something will happen. Yes? Whenever you express something, of course, you have to give its result as real, as fact. That's it. We normally use the simple present in both clauses. What do you mean by both clauses? Okay, let's go back to the clauses. The conditional clause and the main clause. That's it. Okay? Here we have the rule. Okay? We have the form, as we said it. If plus subject plus simple present. Okay? And also in the main clause or result clause, the result of this. If we melt ice, we can say that it will become water. Of course, whenever we melt ice, it becomes water. That's scientific fact that can't be changed. Okay? If you study well, you will pass. You may study or not. But here, whenever you melt the ice, you can say that it may become as water or not. No, that's really as a fact that can't be changed. Okay? Another example. If rain washes something away, it removes away. Rain washes something. It removes. It will remove. No, but it really washes it, so it removes away. So here we have it as a fact, as a general truth that can't be changed. Okay? When can be used in this type instead of if? Yes, of course we can use it without any change in the meaning. Yeah. Here, if you melt ice, if we melt ice, it becomes as what? As water, as we said. So when you melt ice, okay, it becomes also what? Water. When rain washes something away, it removes it. That's really type 0, where we use simple present in both, yes, in both clauses, in the if clause and in the result one. That's type 0. Let's move to type 1. Type 1, as we said, to express real actions, real present or future action. When do we use such a type? Or how do we use such a type? It's used to describe a situation that can really happen at present or in the future if the necessary condition is met. Yes, okay. If these actions met together, of course we can use what? We talk about a real present action. We are describing a situation that can happen at present or in the future. So in this type, we normally use the, of course, in the two parts, we can use the simple present, okay, in the first part, and simple future in the result part. What do you mean by this? An action that might probably happen. Yes, okay, it may happen, it may take place, okay, because we are talking about something may happen. If we stay, as an example, if we stay home, we will keep safe. We may not stay home. Yes? We'll never stay home. Mostly here, if we stay home, we will keep safe. Yes, okay. That's it. If, in case you stay home, you will keep safe. That's really a situation that can really happen. If you can stay home, or if you stay home, you can stay safe. Okay? If you watch this presentation, this one, okay, you will understand the conditionals. You may not understand the conditionals, yes, but of course you have to. Why? Because it's somehow in detail, it's being done. If you watch, if you don't watch it, of course you will not understand. So you have to watch it. Anyways, so simple present, okay, and simple future. You say that you have different models can be used here. As you see, I used can, yes? If you stay home, you can keep safe. You may keep safe, etc. And here also, you can understand it. You may understand it, okay? Though maybe somebody will say that I don't understand, but you have to watch it carefully. Here, if you don't understand it, go back to it and add carefully here. You will understand it, okay? So, if we use this type, okay? We use this type to talk about future events that will happen or likely to happen. Yes, something it may happen. If an earthquake strikes the city, it will be more, yes, I will be more cautious. Yes, about future event. Here now, I'm talking if you stay home, I'm telling you right now. If you stay home, you'll keep safe. Okay, yes. Here, definitely I'm talking about right action, right present action. But here in the future, I know nothing about the earthquake. But I'm talking about a future event that may happen, yes, or likely to happen, it's going to be happen. If an earthquake strikes, yes, strikes as simple present as we said it here. In this type, we use the simple present, and of course in the conditional part. And in the result one, we use the simple future, will plus main verb, I will be more cautious. That's type 1. Whenever we describe a situation that can really happen at present or in the future, okay? If you study well, you will pass. You may pass, you can pass, etc. So these are the two parts. Of course, as we said in the beginning, yes, I will be more cautious if an earthquake strikes. You will understand the conditionals if you watch this presentation. As I'm reading these sentences, of course, no comma is needed because I begin my sentence with the result clause. Anyways, let's go to type 2. Okay? Type 2, it's an unreal present action. What do you mean by unreal present action? It's used to describe an unreal or imaginary situation. Imagine that you are someone else. Imagine that something happened, yes? In the present or in the future. Unreal in the present. What do you mean by unreal in the present? In this type, we use the past subjunctive. What do you mean by the past subjunctive? Focus on this. The same form as simple past, except for verb to be, yes, which is were for all persons. If I were, if you were, if he were, if it were, if she were, if they were, yes? So with the conditional one, we use the subjunctive past, as we said it, all the form of simple past, but we have the verb to be used with what? Were, not was, because must say that if I was. If there was, okay, but if I was, that's something concerning the conditionals, there is a misconception about such a grammatical form. So here I mean, of course, a simple past, or definitely in the conditional clause, and the conditional would, yes, could, of course, the verb to be, the model verbs, would, could, might, plus base form of the main verb in the main clause, in the result. Let's go back to it. To say that when you express, or you show, or you describe unreal situation in the present, right now, yes, you may imagine something that different to the present situation. Different to what you're talking right now, yes? If I were you, I am not you, yes? I would study well, yes? I'm not you, I didn't study well. So, here in this one, Let me see that. If plus subject plus simple, if plus subject, yes, plus simple past in the conditional part, in the if clause, and we would face many, we would face subject plus main verb, many problems. Look please, if we lived in Italy, we would face many problems, but we don't live there. At present, right now, say that if I live in Italy, I will. No, you aren't. That's really present, real action. If you say that if I live, you are talking about present situation. That's real. Yes, if I live. But here, of course, if I lived in Italy, now I'm in Lebanon. So if I lived, unreal to the time, present time situation. Okay? If I lived in Italy, we would face many problems, but we don't live in Italy. Okay? So to express unreal present situation, you are talking about present situation that's not true, not real. Okay? In the present, that's really type 2, where we use in the conditional part, in the if clause part, the simple past, as we said, the past subjunctive, the same form of the simple past, okay? And in the result part, we use the model plus, okay, past model with what? With the base form. As we said it, would, could, or might. Okay, another example. If I were the president, am I the president right now? I'm not, I'm a teacher, okay? So if I were the president, say that, Mr. May, you're talking in the present. How can you say that I am a president? If I am a president, we can't say that if I am a president. I'm talking about unreal situation. Yes? If I am the president, you say that, yes, I am the president, so it's real. So here, that's something else. Go back to type 1. But unreal, present action, so what? It's type 2. Why? Because here, in this one, of course, as we said it, to express unreal situations, present situations, okay, I mean, we have to use what? In the conditional part, the simple past, and in the result part, we have to use what? The model plus main verb. As if I were the president, I am not the president. Okay? So unreal present situation where we use what? This form. If plus simple past in the conditional part, and would or model verb in the past plus main verb. Okay? If you want to choose the sentence or use it in different way. We would face many problems if we lived in error. Yes, so no need for the comma as we said it. I would solve the garbage crisis. Yes, if I were the president. If I were the president, I would solve the what? Garbage crisis. I would solve the garbage crisis. No comma is used here. Okay, if I were the president. That's really a type 2 with unreal present situations. Okay, keep it in mind. Type 2, unreal present situation. Okay, where we use the, of course, the form with simple past, and of course the model in the past plus main verb. Okay, that's the use to describe unreal. We can put it in a table, but just here to come up with the explanation in this detailed way. Okay, that's really type 2. We go for different examples later on, but just keep us here. Later on we'll see that how do we change the statement into a conditional sentence. By using the conditional sentence, we'll see that how is that statement, or how can we change that statement into such a type. You see that here, we don't live in. You will see that if I lived. So we will see how can we really use it in the conditional sentence as a statement. How does it really become, yes, an unreal present situation, and take it to type 2 later on. Just wait. Type 3. Type 3 is very important one. Why? Because from type 2 and type 3 we move to the mixed type. So here let's really, as we focus on type 2, let's really focus more on the type 3 or the untrue past action. What do you mean by untrue past action? How could it really come? So, how can we use this type? We use this type to refer to situations that didn't happen in the past. Didn't happen. As we said in the present in type 2, that what? Not real, unreal in the present. I'm talking about something not real in the present. Here I'm talking about something unreal in the past. Yes? As we have it, unreal in the present, I used here untrue just to differentiate between unreal and untrue. That's it. As unreal for the present situation. For type 2, untrue past action, just to differentiate it from type 2, as I said, that untrue for the past actions. Okay, what do you mean by those past actions that never happened, okay, or didn't happen? We use this type to refer to situations that didn't happen in the past. In this type, we use the past perfect, as you have it, the past perfect, okay, in the conditional clause that shows an unreal situation. Unreal situation, what do you mean? Look please. So here, as we said, it used past perfect in the conditional what? Part. If we had known about the earth, of course later on we will see that what is the statement of this sentence? What is the statement? How does it really, or how it become, or does it become as really what? As past perfect. Okay? Let's see. Later I said that we'll go back to these statements, how do they really become as what? As conditional sentences. And the perfect conditional would, could, might, plus have, plus of course present participle. Have you seen it? Would plus have plus wrote. Look please, if we had known about an action, you remember that we're talking about unreal action that didn't happen in the past, or an action that didn't happen in the past. It's unreal. Okay? If you remember, you say that if I had studied, I would have passed. I didn't study, I didn't pass. Okay? So here, if we had known about the earthquake, we would have left the country. I didn't know about the earthquake, and also I didn't leave the country. You ask me what happened next, I don't know. Just imagine, okay, that you are in a zone where an earthquake that really hit it. Yes? So imagine the effects. If we had known about the earthquake, we would have left. Look please, that's it. So a situation that didn't happen. I didn't know and I didn't leave. Both actions didn't happen in the past. So we call it unreal situation that didn't happen. What do we use in the conditional part? As we said it, the past perfect. Okay? Past perfect, if you still remember, we have the form had plus past participle of the main verb. Had known, had written, had come, had etc. And in the result part, yes, or the main clause, we use the subject plus, of course, would plus present participle of the main, or present participle, as we have it, have plus past participle, would plus have, okay, plus past participle of survived. So just keep in mind, if there had been a vaccine, many would have survived. Yes, whatever the disease you're talking about, yes, corona disease or any other disease. If there had been a vaccine, okay, many would have survived. There was no medicine, yes, and many didn't survive. Actions that didn't happen in the past. No medicine didn't happen in the past. So past perfect. Okay? Also, many, of course, many would have survived. Didn't happen in the past. Yes? They have died. That's it. Or they died. And many didn't survive. So we use the past perfect in the what? In the conditional part, of course, had a plus past participle of the main verb, and the conditional or the main or result part would plus have plus ed or past participle of the main verb. Okay? These are the three types. Okay? As we said, type 0 as a scientific fact where we use simple present and simple present in both clauses, and type 1, yes, about real situations in the present, okay, if plus simple present, and also we have will or simple future in the result part or the main clause. And also type 2, unreal present tense, where unreal present situation, as we said it, of course, where we use in the conditional part the simple past and would or any model in the past plus main verb in the result clause. Okay? The third one, the untrue, as we said it, just to differentiate it from type 2 as unreal type 2, untrue past actions here, okay? That actions or didn't happen in the past, didn't take place in the past, where we use the past perfect in the conditional part, okay? So had a plus past participle of the main verb, and also in the result one we use what? Would plus present participle or present perfect, or have plus past participle of the main verb. Okay? These are the different or the three types. What about here mixed type? Okay? So mixed type, I mean here mixed time and tense. Out of these, so when we talk about mixed type, we have to go back to type 2 and type 3. What do we mean by this one as mixed type, as mixed time and tense? What does it really indicate? It indicates mixed time and tense in the conditional sentences. If we have different times. Here, let's look at this example. Of course, this one definitely can't be understood without, yes, going into or deep in the details of the example. That's it. Here, Fadi offended, look please, offended his elder brother last week. Offended last week. So he shows a big regret every day. We moved from the past to the present. Have you seen it? From the past to the present. See that? How does it come? We use this one. Here, directly you say that here we have Mr. Simple Past and Simple Present. We didn't mention any type here as simple past and simple present. But keep in mind, I'm not talking about a conditional sentence. Where is if? There's no if. I'm talking about a statement. I said before I begin, I said what? A statement. It's not a conditional. Forget about the conditional sentence. I'm talking about a statement. Statement with what? With mixed time and tense. Mixed time, last week, every day. Okay, mixed tense, simple past, simple present. Here in the statement. To change the above statement into a conditional sentence. So don't think, well, how in the conditional, or don't think in the conditional form of this sentence. It's a statement. We have to change it. Yes, to have a conditional sentence with mixed type. Here is a statement. To change the above statement into a conditional sentence, the time indicates the tense. The time indicates the tense. Hey, last week, a keyword was what? For the simple past. Everyday actions, simple present. So definitely, by this time, I know the tense. So that's, by this time, I know the tense. That's mixed time and tense. So, used in each part of the statement so that it indicates the conditional type to use. Okay. This one, this time or this tense indicates the type that I should use it in the conditional sentence. How and where? Let's see. Look please. Here the past action indicates type 3. What do I mean? I'll explain it by an example. Whereas the present time or present situation, yes, indicates what? Type 2. For example, as we said, of course, the actions, okay, the tense indicates something and the time indicates something else or whatever. Of course, whenever we have the time directly, we know the tense. Okay, as we said last week, simple past and everyday simple present. Okay, so as we said, this is a statement. I want to change it into conditional sentence. Here, forget about what's written here related to conditional sentence. There is no condition here. Okay? So here, if, let's really start. I said that simple past or the past tense indicates type 3. What do I mean? If you still remember, we said in type 3, yes, unpast situation. So here with conditional, I want to change it into unreal situation in the past. He offended his elder brother. If what? If something happened totally different. Totally different. Means that if he didn't offend, yes? If he didn't, imagine, so here, he offended. But I want to change it into the what? Into the conditional sentence. That it will indicate, or it indicates something different to this real situation. Yes, this is real action, yes or not? Fadi offended his elder brother. That's really, yes, this really happened, okay? So he shows a big regret every day. That's real, okay? With if, it should become unreal. If, yes, so that I studied well last year, but I didn't pass. Yes, I studied well last year. Yes, I am here, yes, this year. I'm still in grade 9 means, yes. So here, to change it into the conditional sentence, this situation, yes, will or it becomes unreal. Unreal to its tense, unreal to its time. Because in the conditional, we don't have something real. If you say that, Mr. It's real, real with type 1, but I'm not using type 1. I'm not talking about something in the present or future. Yes? I'm talking about something here related to the past. With if clause, it becomes unreal. I'm talking about something totally different to what happened in the past. As if it didn't happen. Look, please. So here, with if clause, yeah? Say that Fadi offended his elder brother as simple past. Real action. With if clause, it's become unreal. Unreal related to its tense. What's the tense here? Unreal past. Look at unreal past. What is it? Unreal past, type 3. That's it. Unreal past, type 3, what did I use? Hadn't offended. Why hadn't? So that if he didn't offend. No, you're talking about what? Unreal past action. Untrue past. Look at unreal past. Untrue past action. We agreed to use what? The past perfect. Okay? The past, perfect. That's it. The past perfect. If there had been. I can see that here. If we had known. If we didn't know. No. With if, untrue past action, we use the past perfect. That's it. Okay? So here we didn't mention something about this. Let me go back to it later on concerning the untrue past action to express regret. Here, as I say that, concerning expressing regret. Let's see it. Okay? I would have passed grade 9. That's type 3 as we agreed on the past perfect and would plus have plus CD. Okay? If you behave, that's it. I didn't study well, so I didn't pass. If you had behaved tolerantly, you would have shown you didn't behave tolerantly and you didn't show a situation that didn't happen in the past. Keep us here, please, in this one. So the statement to be changed into conditional sentence, okay? Unreal in the past. Here, present, just say it. Unreal in the present. Unreal in the present. Where is it? Here. Type 2. Okay? Unreal in the past. That's it. Untrue past. Type 3. So here we have type 3. Here we have type 2. Imagine, or go back to the conditional type in what? Type 3. What is it? Past perfect. If Hadi hadn't offended. And later we'll see that the steps, how do we change from statement or a statement into conditional, where the positive becomes negative and the negative becomes positive and vice versa or whatever. So, if Hadi, unreal of Hadi. These here, of course, we are talking about unreal past action with if. Unreal past action, type 3. Because of that, I said here, the past action indicates type 3. The past action indicates type 3. Have you seen? The present action indicates type 2. That's it. Type 2, the result of type 2, what is it? Go back to the result of type 2. Would plus main verb. That's it. Would plus main verb. That's it. That's simple present. Okay? We're talking about present situation. That's it. This is a present situation. Yes, now, or at this time, or every day, he shows big regret, okay? So, if Fadi hadn't offended his own elder brother or his elder brother last week, he wouldn't have or wouldn't show a big regret. We have mixed type. The conditional part, type 3, and the result or the main clause of this sentence, of this conditional sentence, it's type 2. It's simple present that shows an action that is unreal in the present with if clause. Say that, Mr. Ma, that's real as a statement, but it's unreal with if. You are changing it into what? Into unreal situation. Let's take all this sentence into unreal situation. Yes? Fadi offended his elder brother. I'm repeating it just to be careful, please, to understand it well. Fadi offended. If he didn't offend, you're talking about what? An action that didn't happen in the past. Didn't happen, unreal. You are imagining it that it's not, or it doesn't, or it didn't, happen in the past. It didn't happen in the past, we use past perfect. Okay? That's it. As if it didn't happen or it doesn't take place in the present. Yani unreal present situation. Unreal present situation, you said it here, mister. That's unreal present situation. So we use what? Type 2. The result of type 2, would plus main verb. The conditional type of, the conditional part of the first part of this statement is what? Is, as we said it here, of course, the mixed type, the conditional part, that indicates the action that didn't take place in the past. So type 3. Yani unreal past action. Unreal past action, that's it. Type 3. Where we use past perfect, would plus have, plus blah blah blah. But here, just keep in mind that you have, first of all, we'll talk about these steps, okay? So, first of all, keep in mind, deal with this part separately, okay? Then go to that part. First part indicates past. With if clause, unreal past. Untrue past, type 3. Okay, let's really go for this. So he shows present. Deal with this part as present. With if clause, unreal present. Unreal present, so type 2. Okay, just you have to keep in mind that you have to study carefully the types. When you know the types, what do you use in each type? Yes, it will become easy, yes, to you to understand or to directly identify the type to be used in a statement to be changed into conditional sentence. Okay? So here, as that Fadi offended, if he hadn't, of course, we agreed that it has become as untrue past action. Fadi offended, if he hadn't, past perfect, hadn't, positive, negative, okay? Here shows, okay? So, shows unreal present. The result of unreal present, what is it? Would plus main verb, positive, negative. In this way, we change from what, or we change a statement into a conditional sentence. Okay, so here we have become as mixed type. Look at this mixed type. Type 2, we have what? Type 2, type 3 in the same sentence. That's we call it what? We have mixed time and mixed tense. Yes, that's we call it as what? Mixed type. Mixed type of what? Of between 2 and 3. Mixed type never happens with other what? With other types. Type 2 and 3 only. Okay? We may see here that type 2 and type 3, as we say here, type 3 and type 2. Okay? Now we'll go, or we'll move to the, of course, to the examples to be done. Okay?